All right, guys, to open the door to get out, in the event of emergency, just lift up on that black handle. We got briefing cards in the back seat pockets, life jackets as well, but we won't need them because it's iced over.
Tourists know Mackinac Island as a popular summer destination. Many Michiganders can easily recall taking ferries across the Straits of Mackinac. The island is famous for the fudge, the fort, and most notably, the lack of cars. But what happens to this place in the depths of winter? When the ice takes over and the ferries freeze, planes become the most reliable way of getting to the island. Transportation on Mackinac has always had its own charm, and that's no different when the snow falls. The fat tire bike movement has recently made its way over the ice.
Well, I'm sure with all the bikes that are on the island now, it probably won't be very long before these are,
I hope
big
not.
percentage of that.
Yeah, they haven't really taken off yet. This is the first winter we've had any available for anybody.
I will definitely be spreading the word. That was super fun. Thank you guys so much.
Definitely. Thank you.
Mackinac is also known for the horse-drawn carriages seen sauntering around in the summer sun. Of the 600 horses that work in the busy season, 16 stick around for the winter, taking shifts on the one taxi, intrepid enough to brave the wind and cold. They've been a part of the island for years, just like Dowd's Market, America's oldest grocery store.
It's interesting because I am open year-round, but I've heard it said a lot, Mackinac needs to rest, and it really does. Choosing to live here year-round, like everything else in life, is what you're going to get out of it, what you put into it. It just helps the mystique of Mackinac, I think, so.
About 400 people live on the island year-round, and the winter is the community's chance to reconnect with neighbors and friends, to hold events and spend time doing things that they can't in the summertime.
I wanted to ask you too what you thought of being on the island during the winter compared to summer is the tourism season. So what's it kind of like during the winter?
We have the island back to ourselves. It's nice and quiet, and it's a very active community. So everybody gets to touch base with each other again. And summertime comes, and we just wave at each other as we're pedaling by,
You see the real islanders.
Sometimes you go all summer and not see people that you see every day in the wintertime. So it's sort of that rejoining with people.
This is totally different. It's really awesome. It's quite the adventure we're on.
This time of year, for example, walking through our dining room with, normally a room that we're serving 3,000 meals a day, we have no one there. There's dust. There's, our sheets over all the furniture, and there is not a guest to be seen for miles to come. And I always kind of wonder a little bit: are we crazy in what we do here? Because you can't see a guest. There's no staff around to serve a guest if there was one to show up. But if if your schedule is such, it's a little bit flexible. I just think it's beautiful. It's like a Christmas present, kind of waiting to be reopened that you are looking at, So it's kind of a unique time on the island right now.
So the island takes on a whole different atmosphere once winter arrives, right?
It does. As you can see, everything's snow covered, so it's so pristine and beautiful. 82% of the island is state parks, and that's completely untouched land that people can cross-country ski, snowshoe, and just hike. It's very quiet.
There are two sides to Mackinac Island, one with all the staples of a summer destination, and the other for people who like to make their own trails. It truly is a year-round destination.
It's not just for us islanders, it's for visitors if they want to come over. It's quite an adventure to get here in the winter, and that's really part of the fun. I just flew in the other day and you could see Sugarloaf Mountain and Arch Rock and all the typical things you think of when you say Mackinac Island, and it's completely different in the winter. It's everything looks different, the feel's different. It's really a winter wonderland, and there's so many times I've looked out my window and thought I was in a snow globe watching the snow fall. It's an incredible environment in the winter here.